Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 30th September 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So at our channel homepage, you click on the tab posts. Some of you might be seeing the tab community. Whichever the tab you see, you click on the tab, then you get access to our free training course. And this post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. Now we are into the supply demand zone price action course. You need to start your training from lesson 1.1. For that you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So please access the link from the video description and join at our Telegram channel. It will be helpful to you each time when we release a new YouTube video or any other important updates we will be providing at our Telegram channel. Now let's get into the report generation and let's find the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames starting from half yearly. For half yearly time frame, let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. Only one stock is filtered near to the half yearly demand zone. I will be giving you only few seconds time to watch the report, so that you need to pause the video. After that you need to study this report, and also you can go through the leg in and leg out timestamps and base candle count, and you can draw the zones in our charting applications. In case if you doesn't understand how to study this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1, that is part 1 of lesson 21. There I have explained each and every column in detail, their values, abbreviations, everything I explained in detail. Okay, now let's generate the next report for half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered near to the half yearly supply zone. The next report, the time frame is quarterly. I am changing the time frame to quarterly, and let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. Only one stock is filtered near to the quarterly demand zone. The next report for quarterly time frame, let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. Two stocks are filtered near to the quarterly supply zone. The next time frame is monthly. Let us find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. So next, for monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. One stock is filtered near to the monthly supply zone. Next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered near to the weekly supply zone. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity demand zones, if any, from this list. Here we have RBL Bank is a valid high liquidity demand zone. And then Tata Consumer is also a high liquidity demand zone. So we have identified 2 daily high liquidity demand zones from this list. Okay, in the next report, for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any high liquidity supply zones from this list. No, we don't have any daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Next time frame is 125 minutes. So let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Okay, the next report for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. Again, 8 stocks are filtered. Okay, the next time frame is 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 13 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any high liquidity 75 minute zones from this list. And ABB is a high liquidity zone, 75 minutes high liquidity zone. Next we have Bata India is also having a 75 minutes high liquidity zone. That's it. We have identified only 2 high liquidity zones from this list. From the 75 minutes time frame, we identified 2 high liquidity demand zones. Okay, next for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near to the 75 minute supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let's identify any high liquidity zones from this list. This is not a valid high liquidity zone because it is already pierced. So it is an invalid zone. No, we don't have any high liquidity 75 minute supply zones from this list. So with this we have completed daily and 75 minute zone high liquidity zones. So the next report, next time frame is 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next for 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minute supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next for 15 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let us identify any of these zones are having a 75 minutes zone confluence, that is ITF confluence. That means 15 minute zone should be part of the 75 minute zone. Let's find any of these stocks are available. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone. Now let's verify. 4 stocks. So those 15 minute zones are having confluence with the 75 minutes time frame. Okay, in the next report, for 15 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 15 minute supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minute supply zone should be part of the 75 minute supply zone, the supply zone confluence. So I'm enabling the filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. Now let's verify. So none of those 15 minute zones are having a ITF confluence, that is with 75 minutes time frame. Okay, the next time frame is 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. 5 stocks are filtered. All these 5 stocks are having ITF confluence. Okay, in the next report, for 5 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. Oh, we got a very big list. Let me scroll the list down. Total 21 stocks are filtered. Let's verify out of these 21, how many are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minute zone should be part of the 15 minute supply zone. So I'm going back. in the supply zone confluence. I am enabling the filter 5-minute supply zone with 15-minute supply zone. Let's filter. Only 6 stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minutes supply zone is part of the 15-minute supply zone. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. And during this process, we identified daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Now in the next report, let us generate NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. So let's start with NIFTY, and the starting time frame should be monthly. So I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is the monthly supply demand zone chain. Always look into the zone column for all the reports, the upcoming reports also. Look into the zone column for finding the high liquidity zones. And also look into the pierced column to verify any of the zones are pierced. If the pierced count is more than 0, the zones are pierced. So you can ignore those zones. And also look into the LTF trend as the trend for the time frame you have currently selected. Currently I selected monthly. So monthly trend is uptrend. This is the way you should understand for the remaining reports. Remaining columns easily you can understand. Now I am going back, changing the time frame to weekly, and I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. You need to pause the video. Okay, the next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 125 minutes. I am generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 75 minutes. I am generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 25 minutes. I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So with this we have completed NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next I am going to generate BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. So I am going back, and the name should be NIFTY Bank. That is nothing but BANKNIFTY. Let's start with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 25 minutes. Now I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the last time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So with this we have completed both NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Now let us generate the next set of the reports, bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trades. So let me start with monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame should be daily, entry zone should be demand zone, and in bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame, that is entry time frame, I am selecting bullish. This daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That indicates zone pierced count should be 0. Zone pierced count 0 means the zone is not pierced. And zone achievement should always be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score should always be 12 for bullish or bearish trade setup. Now all the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. Let's verify. We got a very good number of stocks filtered. Let me scroll the list down. So total 26 stocks are filtered. All these 26 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Okay, to improve the probability of these zones, to find the zones, let us identify the zones, the demand zones, the daily zones having confluence with ITF zones, that is weekly zones. So that means daily demand zone and weekly demand zone confluence. That means daily demand zone should be part of the weekly demand zone. So in the demand zone confluence, I am adding the filter daily demand zone with weekly demand zone. I am enabled the filter. Now it's verified. Now the list is come down to 17 stocks. All these 17 stocks, these demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. So high probability setup. To further add the probability, improve the probability, let's verify how many of these ITF zones are having ITF confluence. Actually, the zones you are seeing is LTF zone, because all these LTF zones are part of the ITF zone. If the ITF zone trend is uptrend in all this, because it is bullish trade setup. If it is having weekly EMA confluence, they are high probability setup. So I am going back in the EMA confluence at a weekly time frame. I am verifying weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence, because the daily zone is part of this weekly zone and weekly trend is up, and also it is having weekly EMA confluence. They are high probability setups. So 12 stocks are filtered, and all these 12 stocks are having high probability setup. And out of these, look into Ashok Leyland. This is near, that is already tested once. So you need to check the order flows. You know how to find the fine-tuned 5-minute zones. Okay. So these are the bullish trade setups having ITF confluence and also EMA, ITF EMA confluence, that is weekly EMA confluence. And daily zones are part of the weekly zones. Trend is also uptrend, that is weekly trend. Okay, now let's verify LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. For that, first we need to remove this EMA filter. LTF, ITF, HTF means daily, weekly and monthly confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, already we enabled daily with weekly demand zone confluence. Now I am enabling daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, and also weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. So LTF, ITF, HTF confluence filters we set. Now let's verify. 2 stocks are filtered. Only 2 stocks are currently supporting LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Let's verify if any of these zones having EMA, monthly EMA confluence, because daily zone is part of weekly, both together again part of the monthly zone. And monthly trend is up for both the stocks. Monthly EMA confluence is there. You can treat that stock even high probability setup. So in the EMA confluence at monthly time frame, I am selecting monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. Let's verify. Only 1 stock is filtered. So it's a high probability setup. And also Already 3 rejections are there from this zone. Maybe a strong order flow might be there. You need to identify at 5 minutes time frame to check the order flows. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, let us look for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is daily. Entry zone should be supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily, I am selecting bearish. And the daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at a daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhances score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. Now let's verify. One stock is filtered. Currently, RBL Bank is supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. After so many days, we got one stock that is supporting bearish trade setup. Now let's verify if this zone is having any weekly supply zone confluence. Yes, the supply zone confluence. Yeah. So here daily supply zone with weekly supply zone, I am enabling the filter. Let's verify. No, it is not having any ITF confluence, weekly EMA confluence. Okay, fine. Next report is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. So entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the 75 minutes time frame at pierced count, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhances score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. And let me scroll the list down. So total 22 stocks are filtered. These 22 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minutes. Okay, let's to find the high probability setup stocks, let's verify any of these stocks are having ITF confluence. ITF demand zone confluence. That means 75 minutes demand zone should be part of the daily demand zone. Okay, in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. Now let's verify. So from 22, 13 stocks are filtered. And these 13 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and also the 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone. Because 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone and daily trend is uptrend, ITF. Daily means ITF. ITF time frame is uptrend. And if those daily zones are having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability setup. So let's verify. So in the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, I am enabling the filter daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Now let's verify. 7 stocks. From 13, 7 stocks are filtered. All these zones are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. And these 75 minutes entry zones are part of the daily zone, and the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence, and also trend is uptrend. So these are the high probabilities setup supporting stocks. Okay, the next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. First we need to remove this EMA filter. I removed it. Now let's verify in the demand zone confluence. Already one filter is enabled, daily demand zone with weekly demand zone. Next I am enabling daily demand zone with monthly demand zone. Why monthly demand zone? Sorry, some mistake. Earlier we enabled 75 with daily demand zone is enabled. Now 75 with weekly demand zone, because weekly is HTF. And also daily demand zone with weekly demand zone, that is ITF and HTF confluence. With all the 3 filters, we enabled LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, that is 75 minutes, daily and weekly zone confluence. We got 3 stocks. All these 3 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and also having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Now let's verify any of these zones are having a weekly EMA confluence, because the 2 stocks are having uptrend. We can look for high probability in case if it supports. So in the EMA confluence weekly time frame, I am verifying a weekly demand zone with weekly EMA, because entry time frame 75 minute zone is part of daily, both together again part of the weekly. And weekly zones are having weekly EMA confluence. It's a high probability setup. 2 stocks are filtered. You can ignore the second one, because the trend is sideways, weekly trend is sideways. It does not give any additional advantage, EMA. But here the trend is, polycap trend is uptrend. And LTF, ITF, HTF confluence is there. And also EMA confluence is also there for HTF. So it's a high probability setup. Okay, the next bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone should be supply zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. The 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score should be 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. We got 3 stocks, and these 3 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes. Let's verify any of these 75 minute zones are part of the daily zones, that is LTF and ITF confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone. Let's verify. Oh, all the 3 stocks are having a ITF confluence. That means 75 minute zone is part of a daily supply zone. And the daily trend is a downtrend. So if any of these stocks are having, but HTF trend is sideways, so we need not look for HTF EMA confluence. But at present, these stocks 75 minute zones are part of the daily zone, and daily trend is downtrend. If daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. So in the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, I am selecting daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter I enabled. Let's verify. So none of those zones are having EMA confluence. No issues. Let's verify. LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Earlier without EMA, 3 stocks are filtered. Now let's verify. These stocks are having, any of these stocks are having even HTF confluence. That means weekly supply zone confluence also we need to look for. Already we selected 75 minutes, this is demand zone. Already we selected 75 minute supply zone with the daily supply zone is enabled. Now I am enabling 75 supply zone with weekly supply zone, and also I am enabling the filter daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, let's verify. Okay, all the 3 stocks are also having a HTF confluence. That means 75 minutes zone is part of the daily zone, and both 75 and daily again part of the weekly zone. No need to look for EMA confluence, weekly EMA confluence, because weekly trend is sideways. In sideways, EMA confluence does not give any additional advantage. It won't improve any additional probability. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next report is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone demand zone in bullish or bearish trade setup. At 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. The 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced, so in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, and the zone achievement should be violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the three filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. We got 13 stocks. These 13 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 15 minutes. Okay, to improve the probability, let's verify how many of these zones are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minute zone should be part of the 75 minutes demand zone. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone, and let's verify. 11 stocks. All these 11 stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minute zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. And 75 minutes trend is uptrend. If any of these 75 minutes zones are having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So in the EMA confluence, at a 75 minutes time frame, I am looking for 75 minutes demand zone with the daily EMA confluence filter. 4 stocks are filtered. Excellent. That means all these 4 stocks are having high probability, they are supporting high probability, all the demand zones. Some of these demand zones are high liquidity 15 minutes demand zones. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for, or not bearish trade setup, sorry for my mistake. We have to look for bullish trade setup, LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So I have to remove this EMA filter. Without EMA, earlier 11 stocks are filtered, right? Yeah, 11 stocks. So out of these 11, how many are having even HTF confluence? LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, already we enabled 15 minutes demand zone with 75 is enabled. Next I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence, and also 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. With all the 3 LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, we got 5 stocks. Except the first one, remaining all are even HTF trend is also uptrend. Because 15 minute zone is part of 75, both 15 minutes and 75 again together part of the daily zone. If the daily trend is also uptrend, if they are having daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, at a daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence, I enable the filter. Let's verify. 3 stocks are filtered. First one you can ignore because the trend is sideways, but remaining 2 are having uptrend, and also they are having a EMA confluence on daily time frame. And 15 and 75 together is part of the daily zone. That is what LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So second and third are high probability setup stocks. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, and the zone achievement is violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Let's verify. 4 stocks are filtered. All these 4 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes. Now let's verify how many of these zones are having ITF confluence, supply zone confluence. That means 15 minute supply zone should be part of the 75 minute supply zone, that is ITF confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. This is ITF confluence. All the 4 stocks are having ITF confluence. Excellent. That means 15 minute zones are 75. And the 75 minute zones are also downtrend. If any of the 75 minute zones are having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let us verify. In the EMA confluence, at a 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Only one stock is filtered, very good. And moreover, it is a high liquidity zone, 15 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Okay, now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I'm going back and removing this EMA filter. Without EMA filter, earlier we got 4 stocks, right? Okay, in these 4 stocks, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence? In the supply zone confluence, 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone is enabled. Next 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone, I'm enabling the filter. And also 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone, also I'm enabling the filter. With all the 3 filters, let's verify how many stocks we get out of 4. 3 stocks. These 3 stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. That means 15 minute supply zone is part of 75. Both together is again part of the daily supply zone. And in this daily trend, second one is having downtrend. If it is having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Excellent. This is a first one. Forget about second one. Trend is sideways. But this is a trend is downtrend. It is also having EMA confluence. And moreover, this 15 minute zone is part of 75. Both together again part of the daily, and daily trend is downtrend, and also daily is having daily EMA confluence. So IDFC First Bank is a high probability trade setup, and also it is having a high liquidity, 15 minutes high liquidity zone. Excellent. Okay, next let us look for hourly income trade bullish trade setup. In hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes, entry zone should be demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. The 5 minutes demand zone, this 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, in 5 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0, and zone achievement is violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes demand zone. Now let's verify how many we get. We got 5 stocks. All these 5 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade, that is entry time frame 5 minutes. Now let's verify out of these 5 how many are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone should be part of the 15 minutes demand zone. 15 minutes is ITF time frame for hourly income trade. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone. Now let's verify. Now out of 5, 3 stocks are filtered. And out of these 3, the 15 minutes trend is uptrend. If any of these 15 minute zones are having daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting 15 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So none of the zones are having EMA confluence. Fine. Now let me remove this filter. Without EMA, earlier we got 3 stocks, right? Yeah, 3 stocks. Out of these 3, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence? Let's verify. In the demand zone confluence, LTF means 5 minutes, ITF 15 minutes, HTF is 75 minutes. So 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone is already enabled. Next I am enabling 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Also I am enabling 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. With all the 3, we got only 1 stock. This is having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Not looking for 75 minutes EMA confluence. The reason is your trend is sideways. HTF trend. I'm sorry. HTF trend is sideways. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame is 5 minutes. Entry zone should be supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish. This 5 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, At 5 minutes time frame, I'm setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12, and all the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes supply zone. Now 7 stocks are filtered, and all these 7 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade, that is entry time frame 5 minutes. Now let's verify out of these 5 how many supply zones are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minute supply zone should be part of the 15 minute supply zone. Let's verify. So in the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone. Okay, out of 8, 6 stocks are having a ITF confluence. That means 5 minute zone is part of the 15 minute supply zone. And in all these 6 stocks, the 15 minutes trend is downtrend. If any of these 15 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, because 5 minute zone is part of 15 minute zone. If this 15 minute zone is having 15 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence, let's verify. Only one stock is filtered. But this is NIFTY PSU bank. You can't trade in F&O segment in this area because this is not listed in F&O. Okay, anyway, you can't trade. Now let's look for LTF and ITF, HTF confluence. I'm removing this filter. Earlier, how many we got LTF and ITF confluence? 6. Out of 6, how many will support even HTF confluence? LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. In the supply zone confluence, already 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone is enabled. Next 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone I am enabled. 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence also I am enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. And both these stocks 75 minutes trend is sideways. We need not look for any EMA confluence. So this is about hourly income trade bearish trade setup. So with this we have completed all the 4 income trades. And in the final report, let's generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. All these are all stop buffers. So first 17 in this list are indices. That includes all the sectorial indices. Remaining all are equity stocks. But the equity stocks are filtered from F&O listed companies. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. And any of the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. I am scrolling the list down. So this is the complete list. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.